All right, back in the kitchen once again. Today's recipe is super easy. It's going to be a peppered steak with a bourbon cream sauce. Okay, really easy. We just need a couple of things: sliced onion, minced garlic. Steaks can be strip, sirloin, beef tips. I suggest highly. Right now I'm using cubed steak just because it was on sale. Salt, pepper, butter, heavy cream, and some type of whiskey or bourbon. First thing we got going on, we got our heat. We got a medium heat going on, heating up some oil in a pan so we can cook our steaks. First thing you want to do with these steaks is you want to get a good, nice coating, salt both sides, and heavy pepper. That's the whole point of this steak, is the peppered steak. So you want to go real heavy on the pepper on both sides before you put it in the pan. Usually when seasoning your meat, you want to do, what I usually do, is 3 parts salt to 1 part pepper. For this particular recipe, we are switching that up, and we're doing 3 parts pepper to 1 part salt. Okay. All right, so here we go. Our pan is heated up real nice. We got our steaks nice and seasoned. Into the pan, boom, into the pan. Now, we're not going to cook these steaks all the way through. Obviously, when you're cooking steak, you want a nice little bit of pinkness to it. So we're just going to get the outsides nice and brown, nice and crispy. I'm actually going to turn the heat up just a little bit to get them nice and brown on the outside. All right, so it doesn't take long, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to flip our steaks. Let's see. Get that nice sear on the outside. See how the edges here are starting to brown quite a bit. I'm going to get both of those over. And then we're going to come right behind that, and we're going to put our onions right in those holes there so that those can start to cook. Start getting the flavor out of that. At the same time, we're going to do a couple of tablespoons of minced garlic. And we're going to just let that cook down so the veggies get nice and soft. Okay, now that our veggies are nice and brown, look at that color. They're soaking up the juices from our steak. We're going to come behind that and deglaze with some beef stock. About a half a cup. We really want to make sure that we get all those juices, all that brown stuff that's been sticking to the bottom of the pan. That's what we're going for, right? Then we're going to turn our heat up, and we're going to let that reduce by about half. All right, now that our liquid is down to almost nothing, we're going to come behind that with our bourbon. We're going to turn the heat down a little bit first. Come behind that with our bourbon. We're going to get everything nice and coated. And we're going to burn off that alcohol. All right, now that our alcohol is all burned off, we got a nice glaze in the bottom of the pan. We're going to come behind that with our heavy cream and start to make our sauce. All right, now that our cream's all in the pan, we're going to turn the heat back up a little bit. We're going to get this simmering again, and we're going to let it reduce until that sauce starts to thicken up. All right, and now that we're reduced, we are ready to serve. Make sure you take it off the heat. While you're reducing the cream sauce, you want to make sure to move stuff around because you don't want to scorch it to the bottom of the pan. And that's all. Plate it, serve it, some steamed vegetables, and you'll be all set for a delicious dinner.